I want to talk about also about ChatGPT and artificial intelligence and how extremely important it is to start using artificial intelligence. I have a function. I give you an example, which for non-programmers is now not interesting, but you can use. I use ChatGPT in a lot of ways. So I'm gonna give you two examples of how I use it and how it literally changes the costs and the efficiency. So it's lowering the cost, increasing efficiency. Let's just start with something that most people can relate to. So I bought these glasses 2 days ago, and I went. I spoke to the guy who sold them to me for quite some time, and he's getting married to a Mexican woman, and he doesn't know that much Spanish. And I said, "Well, how do you learn Spanish?" And I speak fluent Spanish. And he says, "Oh, well, I tried this way." And I was like, "Have you tried Chat GPT? Because that's how I use it to learn French. Because I pick something that is quite difficult for me in French, and or that I keep making in conversations the mistake over and over again, and then I'll just say to Chat GPT, uh give me 50 examples in French with English translation of and different futures and past like tenses, and be like, give me tell him, tell him to, tell her to, and dites-moi, dites-lui, and so forth. Uh, and then he just outputs it, and I keep reading it over and over and over again, see the translation also, and it just gets stuck in my head. And this way I can learn things that I have trouble with very, very fast. And um it's cheaper than a book. It gives you all of the output that you need, especially to train where you are stuck. And so we spoke about this then again when I saw him the next time, and he said, "Yeah, I'm starting to use this for." I use the combination of Google Translate, I think it's called Open L or something. No, there's Deep L, I think, translation, and ChatGPT, and he says the combination is absolutely amazing. So I helped him, and there was another woman there. She also listened in on the conversation. She's now using it the same way to learn languages. Absolutely amazing. And then, and I use that for French. And then the other part is, which is probably not so interesting for most people, is programming. So, for example, I had a function for SoulTube where it extracts me, doesn't matter which language, like the um, the words, and then it cuts it off, and I just tell him, create recreate this function, but don't cut off the words, and he just does it like that. Whereas if I were to look at it, even if I would know what I'm doing, it would take me longer than using ChatGPT. Sometimes much longer, sometimes 10 times longer, depending on the problem, and it's also much faster than googling it. So I literally we have to rethink and start to learn to use artificial intelligence in our day-to-day lives, because it's such a massive saver. And it it also takes out the frustration of a lot of things, especially if you're not good in certain things. For example, if I want to write a song, 5 years ago I would have to sit down and be inspired. Now I'll just use ChatGPT to write a song if I want to, and it gives me the chords if I want to. So you can literally use it for everything. And there's also other artificial intelligence out there, but this is the one that I use the most, especially for the French. And if I were to run, I guess, a new startup in this area, I would probably do an AI language learner. Um, but you have to be a hardcore engineer, I guess, to do something like that. But um, it would be interesting to to see if it would be possible to create an AI language learner where you have, let's say, an interesting character avatar. For example, if I had a Japanese girl, hot girl, as an avatar teaching me Japanese, for example, it would be, and you would have it on your phone. So I'm like, that's coming. That's 100% coming. And so that's something that one might get into. It's definitely not a bad idea. Actually, a very good one. Hot language learner.